Welcome back to the Revardo show. We're going to get started in a little bit. I am astounded on how much we have uncovered in the past week. We're going to wait for some people to get on. Once I get one person on, we're going to go ahead and get the show started. And I'm excited to start the show because not only, not only were the Democrats planning on uncovering things that would damage the Republican Party, that would damage the MAGA Party, that would damage Donald J. Trump, that would just damage any and everything that they do not like and that they do not stand for. They were on a rampage. They were on a no kings rally, consistent, elongated protest. Just protesting all over the place. I seen AOC last night on television, and she was rapping or hyping up a rap song. I think it was by Ice Spice. It was horrible. Okay, we're not going to even get into that video. I'm going to save you guys from that right now. You can look it up. You can look up the video. It's on YouTube. Horrible, just plain horrific. Okay, all right. So, like I said, we're going to wait for some people to go ahead and join the live. And I know it takes a while for the algorithm to boost it up. So we're going to wait on that. And until then, one moment, please. I'm going to just leave that up. Right now, I have, like I said, seen, that's Jasmine Crockett's little sister. I've seen the most corruption in politics. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm talking about just straight corruption from what Jasmine Crockett has spent her money on. And I really think that these girls are in cahoots as far as and taking money from what they're supposed to be putting the money towards and using it for their own personal gain. This one right here, she's she has been under investigation. I'm not going to tell you yet because like I said, I'm going to wait for some people to get on here. But she's been under investigation for stealing money. And how much money? It may be in the thumbnail. That much money. Okay, we're going to talk about that. We're going to break it all down on the Jay Revardo show. I'm going to run this clip through and we're going to break that down. We're going to try to figure out what was her mindset. What was she thinking about? What was the motive behind stealing five? Okay, let's start the show. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to all over the world. This is the Jay Revardo show. You already know what it is. Do we have a show for you today? Of course we do. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking about Jasmine Crockett's little sister, a House Democrat that has stolen $5 million from FEMA funds. Okay. Now, the $5 million she stole was from Hurricane A, flood, disasters, FEMA delays. These politicians, such as this Democrat here, and Jasmine Crockett, and Gavin Newsom, these Democrats are using the money. They've been running a scam for so long that this is all they know how to do. But now we have some people in power that are willing to check that at face value at the door, not at face value. They're going to check it behind face value. They're going to go into depth. They're going to overanalyze and investigate what needs to be investigated. And that's what happened in this situation. Grab your coffee, grab your popcorn, get comfortable. We're going to break it all down on the Jay Revardo show. We're going to go ahead and get this video started. Okay? One moment.
It's an unjust indictment, and it seems like these intimidation tactics have been pervasive. We spent all week seeing different members getting censured, all in hopes of intimidating and kind of distracting from the Epstein files. And I look forward to my day in court so I can prove myself and actually state.
Already 1 second into the video, she's talking about the Epstein files. Okay, so she's trying to deflect the light that's shining all bright all over her. They've uncovered the scheme. Is over. The scheme is over. The Jasmine Crockett Weave team is being uncovered one by one. I know you guys have seen the Jasmine Crockett interview when Caitlin Collins just straight investigated on her own and she asked her challenging questions, but I don't think she went far enough because that needs to be challenged. The lady Plexic, she needs to be in jail because these things, like such as this one, this situation, warrant jail time. You let me know what you think in the comment section, but I'm gonna go ahead and get back to the video. 1 second.
The truth, but if this is what Congress is becoming, where they're always trying to intimidate you, scare tactics, especially attacking minorities, black and brown people, then we're going to have to keep fighting for the district and everybody.
Deflection 101. So I don't know how we're going to get through a 1 minute and 24-second video. This is deflection 101. She is deflecting off just immediately. As soon as they started asking her questions, how much did this cost right here? This is my question. How much did this cost right here? How much did the weave cost? I know that this was at least $400. At least. You had to get it laced and laid. And then how much was this? What is that? An Apple 19 watch? What is that? What? You got your nails done, hair done, everything did. How much was this right here? I'm really wondering. How much was that, ma'am?
Has been giving me so much support, and we're going
The ring? How much was the ring? Look, and you can tell that she's lying also.
to keep fighting until the district gets what it needs, which is fair prices, housing, and fair representation of Congress.
Did
So
you
thank you so
improperly
much.
use the
Response to
FEMA
the
funds?
calls of some of your colleagues to step down or resign.
They didn't elect me, it was my district, and so we'll keep fighting for the people and keep working like we're doing now until they get what they need. So we're here for the people. So the only people who elected me.
Give us the $5 million back. You have $5 million of aid money, ma'am, that needs to go out to families that may possibly need it in a hurricane or a flood. It was just a horrific storm in Jamaica, but I'm saying FEMA. That's a fund for national disasters and relief. Wow.
We should make that decision. Thank you so much.
And she cares less. She does not care at all. Okay, yeah. So basically, she's stolen $5 million from the FEMA fund, and she is completely unaccountable for what she's doing. She feels so, I guess she feels empowered to be even in front of a camera, but this is going to go down the wrong path, young lady. And let's just make it simple. A sitting House Democrat accused of stealing $5 million that was meant for disaster survivors. Basically, everyone is going to be impacted by that. So people who rely on that money, they're going to be missing about $5 million, okay? I don't think you understand that. All right? This is not just robbing the bank, which is also a horrible crime. All right? If you're a regular person and you stole $5 million of FEMA money, which is federal, it's a federal crime now, you would be in federal prison, as she should be. But we're going to get into the next video and see what Fox News has to say about this. But I promise, if this was me or you, she would be locked up. She would be in jail, and it would be indefinite. No one would challenge that. No one would rebuttal it. No one would say anything. That would not even, see the jury. That would not see the light of day. You might even get picked up from your house and never even go to court. Okay? That's how serious that is. That is a serious, serious, serious crime. All right? Okay, so let's see what Fox News is talking about right now. We're going to see what Pam Bondi is talking
about. A congresswoman could be facing 53 years behind bars after she was indicted by a grand jury in Florida yesterday. Congresswoman Sheila Cherfilus McCormick is accused of stealing $5 million in FEMA disaster funds and using it to bankroll her 2021 congressional campaign. Mark Meredith is live in Washington with more on this. Good morning, Mark.
Griff, this is a wild story. Good morning to you. The Democratic Congresswoman is one of 4 people accused of stealing taxpayer money to help win an election. The indictment handed down in Miami offers some stunning details about an alleged scheme also under review by the House Ethics Committee. The Justice Department charging 46-year-old Representative Sheila Cherfilus McCormick of stealing disaster funds meant to help with COVID vaccinations then laundering the money so she could run for Congress. Her brother, a political operative, and an accountant are also facing charges. The attorney general.
I will throw this pen at you. I wish I could stand up. What? So she's this is not going to work. You cannot make this up. So she stole money in order to run a campaign. She's stealing federal money. She robbing herself to fund basically eventually herself, because all in all, this is government funding. This is the government. That's almost we could talk about socialism later, but it's not. But well, maybe. But here's the thing. Why? Who? Look at. If you, I want to. I have to stand. I don't understand why you think you can get away with stealing, robbing, taking. I don't know how long you guys. Yeah, okay. I don't know how she can get away with stealing, robbing, and taking and theft. How long have I been off? Let me know in the comment section. I don't know. Somebody, I don't know how long you can get away with stealing and robbing from the American people. How long? Look at this face. How long does she think that she can get away with stealing money from the American people? $5 million is a lot of money. It's a lot of money, guys. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comment section. Welcome back to the Revardo Show. We're going to go ahead and get back into the video. Wow.
General says the Congresswoman conspired to steal $5 million, then tried to hide the money through multiple accounts to disguise its source. In a statement overnight, Pam Bondi said no one is above the law, least of all powerful people who rob taxpayers for personal gain. We will follow the facts in this case and deliver justice. Within the last hour, Fox obtained a statement from the Congresswoman's office. Sheriff McCormick is denying the charges, writing, "This is an unjust, baseless sham indictment, and I am innocent. The timing alone is curious and clearly meant to distract from far more pressing national issues. From day one, I have cooperated with every lawful request, and I will continue to do so until this matter is resolved." We're hearing from fellow Florida Congressman Greg Steube. He issued a blistering statement over this, saying this is one of the most egregious abuses of public trust I have ever seen. Stealing $5 million in taxpayer disaster funds from FEMA, of all places, is beyond indefensible. Steube says today he plans to file a motion to censure his colleague and also hopes to expel her from Congress. We got a camera up on Capitol Hill. Griff, we're trying to catch her if she pops in to her office today. Griff.
And we will be watching. Mark Meredith, live for us in Washington. Mark, thank you.
I'm Steve.
You guys let me know what you think in the comment section down below. What what are we thinking, ladies and gentlemen? Now we have another Democrat, not on Congress. We'll talk about Congress later. We have another Democrat that needs to be censured and fired, basically, from her position due to the simple fact that she's unable to contain the evil deep down inside. Thank you for watching the Revardo Show. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. Like I said before, I think it's 100% egregious for her to be stealing that type of money from that type of organization, because funneling money to your own pockets that is non-deserving to you. The money, well, you know what the money is for. I mean, we know what FEMA is for: hurricane disasters and flood, and you're putting the money in your pocket, buying pendants for your jacket. You guys love it.